I like what you named about interests. That's often where I start with clients. And really, the question I start asking first is, who are your people? Do you even know? Like, who are you trying to attract? Who would be your ideal person to date or even friends? Like, who do you want to be friends with? That will really direct where you're looking and how you are looking for these connections.
Hey everyone. We are here with Queer Relationships, Queer Joy.
Welcome back, everyone. And welcome back, Keely. I'm excited to have you here today.
I know, I'm glad to be back. Oh, well, do you want to do updates or do you want me to start?
We'll do updates and we'll do intros and then we'll talk about dating.
Dating and meeting people, yes.
Yeah, dating, finding community. How do we meet people? we're definitely in fall, which means I'm introverting once again. I know I was trying to think about dating updates. I'm like, do I have a lot to share? I don't know. And part of that is I'm just careful about how much I talk about each relationship for various reasons,
Oh, yeah.
mostly around consent from partners and metamors about information shared. I suppose I can name that I've had yet another sort of relationship transition. It's just something I've been thinking about my own mind for my partner in California, who I really don't have a lot of contact with. And I know I've named that throughout the time that we've recorded the podcast. We had a date that got canceled. And again, there's like real reasons. This isn't just, a flaky situation. There's a lot of stuff going on. And when it got canceled, though, the feedback was essentially like, I'm not going to have time this month. And that's a long time for me with long distance partners to not talk
Yeah.
to somebody. My
Yeah.
feelings just haven't, they're different. They've changed. If I don't have any contact with someone, my feelings evolve. And I love this person very much. And it's a different situation now. So yeah, that's a relationship transition. I don't want to, for myself, continue naming my partner in California when this person really isn't my partner.
Yeah.
So my wonderful friend slash X slash whatever. We'll figure out a title whenever I do talk to them. But yeah, so I guess I didn't expect to name that, but I just want to. That's real for me. And yeah, I mean, other relationships are continuing to evolve. Long distance is always tricky. So figuring out a new rhythm with the person that I met over summer. And then my local partner, yeah, again, kind of figuring out a new rhythm. We have a pretty set schedule for various reasons, but there's been more flexibility and spontaneity recently. And the
Yeah.
thing that's been fun about that for me is because it is, a poly situation, it is pretty much hierarchical. I don't know that he would use this language, but I am not the nesting partner. uh, we've realized there's things like we never date during the day. Like I never get to see you like in daytime hour, that's like,
Yeah.
so there's things like that we're starting to do. I'm like, oh, it feels like we're a real couple. Like it's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's necessary. Like we've been dating for a while now. We've known each other for a couple years now. So that's been really fun to allow that to evolve and not be stuck in, no, this is the night we hang out and this is what it is every time. I don't want to be in a routine. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So those are my updates. I'm not interested right now in meeting new people. This is not a new thing for me to say. Feeling
You
satisfied.
totally satisfied. Well, I just laughing thinking about our topic today, and you're like, I'm not we're talking about how to meet new people. You're like, but I'm good. I'm
I'm
good.
going to watch everyone else do it. No, I mean, you know how it goes for me when I'm not expecting to, often is when connections happen. So
Yeah.
I'm not considering myself closed off, but I am not like seeking. Yeah.
I when you said what you can talk about because of consent, I could very easily have a whiteboard right now and
Mhm.
interconnect. I could be Alice of a word because somehow all of these interconnections have happened that I had no idea was going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, but it's also like, ooh, like what do I actually share? I will say that a lot of transitions and changing of relationship dynamics. And I think I talk about that when I think about how breakups happen, but it's not like a breakup, it's more like a relationship transition.
Mhm.
And so it's interesting to think about one of the people I'm dating, hanging out with, we were deciding the label, was like, what is it like to be starting a new thing, but then grieving something that ended? And I was like, that is a good question. And I think we just thought of a topic for another episode because
Yeah.
that is real. And it's interesting, these expectations when it's in therapy or the way that self-help books, relational books talk about breakups and how you're supposed to have this like time in between, or there's all these ideas that are very cis heteromonogamous. And
Right.
that's not how we do it in the queer world often. And that's definitely not how we do it in non-monogamy. And so I'm holding all these different emotions and feelings. And simply put, I told the person, I was like, well, I'm really practicing being present in the moment. So like if I'm with you as a new person and we're doing new fun things and learning each other, and then I really actually importantly create intentional space for the grief. And then I've had other losses too. So it's been a whirlwind of all of these things. And I realize how easily I can get distracted from the drama because as someone asked me a couple days ago, actually the person who's in the Midwest, who's coming back in a week. So
Mm-hmm.
that'll be interesting too.
Yeah.
Our dynamic be, but they were like, maybe you just need to get out of Portland. Like, you know, too many people, there's too many interconnections. So you just need to get out of Portland. I'm like, well, uh, I love it. I love it and cringe at it at the same time. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the theme would be lots of different feelings and emotions per usual.
Mhm.
So yeah, and that really goes into our topic today. Oh, we'll do quick introductions. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I love that we start now with like, here's my life. Here's what's happening in my relationships. Oh, by the way, my name's Melissa. Let me tell you who I am. We're just
Wait,
gonna launch
there's
into
more.
upgrade.
I'm Felicia Helmick. I am the owner of Connected Therapy Collective. My pronouns are they, them. I'm queer, non-binary femme who currently is still solo poly. And I'm white with a major bulging disc back injury that's acute currently. So really causing lots of changes in my life about what I can do and how I have coping skills. And yeah, that's me for now.
And I'm Melissa DeSeguirant. I'm licensed as a marriage and family therapist, a professional counselor, and I work at Connective Therapy Collective. I'm white, I am bisexual, I'm able bodied, I am polyamorous, currently polysaturated. I am gender fluid, I use she and they pronouns.
Yeah, so exploration of so this has come up a lot in friend groups, and I think there are definitely groups of people that are like, I want to date or I want to meet people and I don't want to be in the dating apps.
Yeah. Yep. That sounds like me. But then the next question is, so what do I do, right? How or where do I meet people?
Yeah. So I think, well, one of the things that used to come up, I think that another piece to this is there's people that are still really conscious. Like, I don't want to even just say COVID conscious, but just conscious in general about how big of groups they want to be in and how they want to meet outside, but it's getting cold.
Mhm.
But the other thing that's coming up that subconsciously some people are thinking about it is cuffing season, and
It is.
we're thinking about having someone to snuggle with on the couch or keep the bed warm. So, well, the first thing that came to my mind was like online meetup groups.
Mhm. Yeah. The meetup groups and actually this isn't my way of meeting people because whatever, I'm not a gamer. I literally can't physically like it makes me ill. But I do know that there are a lot of people who can make connections through online gaming.
Yes, online. And I've been hearing about groups around town too that are meetups for gamers, like
Mhm. Mhm.
physical meetups,
Yeah.
in-person meetups.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think about how to explore interests and how do people like meet other people through interests. I think what it is, it takes a little more time to meet people when you're doing it outside of the apps. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and I like what you named about interests. That's often where I start with clients. And really, the question I start asking first is who are your people? Do you even know? Like, who are you trying to attract? who would be your ideal person to date or even friends? Like, who do you want to be friends with? That will really direct where you're looking and how you are looking for these connections.
Well, how did you figure out what you're interested in? I think that that question might have changed in the past couple years.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I've said this before, but I think it's trial and error. Like, go try things. I mean, Foster talked last week about like book people are my people. So readings and things like that. Go to a reading, find out if you like it, find out if you enjoy that. It does take a little bit of creativity and being spontaneous and doing something that maybe you have not done before.
Yeah, I will say with my back injury, I have really had to readjust what I do. And I, I realize on my dating app right now, I talk about bike riding and I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't been able to ride a bike in like 4 months.
Yeah.
So for me, where my physical abilities are at, like I would normally go out dancing and meet
Mhm.
people. I've actually met one of my former girlfriends, like a 3-year relationship. I met them at a dance club, out dancing, organized stuff, but I can't do that right now. Can't go bike riding. I can't even go on nature walks. Like
Mm,
my meditation is like a 2-block walk.
yeah.
And I will say, just side note, I just have to share how adorable this person I just started dating. Like they're so conscious of my back. And they're like, one of the dates, they had like a pillow and blanket for a picnic so that I could lay down because I can only position myself on my side. It was
Yeah.
adorable. So flexibility in saying that is that when we're thinking about our interests is being flexible with our idea of what or changing our activities or idea of interest because situations happen that change.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes too, like, if you try something new and you find you hate it, there might be somebody else there who's having the same experience, and then you can bond over how much you hate it. Like, I feel like so many people's stories start that way. Like, we're at this event, we're like, "It's really weird, I don't know, I'm not feeling it," and then they connect.
Yeah, and I think another thing that comes up a lot, and Foster actually mentioned something that started on MLK, but folks that
Yeah.
don't want to drink alcohol, and historically, the queer community were so centered around alcohol, and so finding places, there seems to be more places opening up and or more places offering like kombucha, depending on the person. Some people who are sober still go to bars and just don't drink, but some people just don't want that atmosphere.
Right.
So finding things. I think also another piece is like age wise, going to certain events, people will be like, oh, maybe this is like a crowd that isn't my age.
Yeah. There's so much variety though. I mean, when we were even just brainstorming, some of the things we came up with were there's a queer soccer league, if you're a sporty person, join that. There's a queer choir. Go see gay movies. I saw a lot of queer people at Bros, just saying. I could tell which theater they were walking into.
Rose has gotten so much shit on the internet, but yes.
But I will tell you, the Laurel Horse Theater on opening night, it was a fun game I was playing. I'm like, "Oh, let's see if I can guess all the people going in for it." Right. And it felt great to be in a room of, like, a lot of queer people. I wasn't chatting with people during the movie, but people lingered before and after, could have met somebody if I wanted to.
Yeah, totally.
Again, even if you hated the movie, I'm sure someone else did too.
Hey, it's Cardinal, your behind the scenes buddy. Do you know where to find sexy, cool, open minded, and often queer people? Because I do. I'm talking to one right now. I'm in your ears, and you're in my heart. Connect over shared interests with other listeners of this podcast on our Instagram, brand new account just for us. We're at queer_relationships_queer_joy on Instagram. Hope to see you over there. All right, back to the show.
Well, I feel like even as we're talking about this thing, like backtracking a little bit of wanting, getting into space of wanting to meet people and wanting to make connections, whether it's through dating or friendships, is coming into ourself of like what is coming up and being connected to ourselves. Like as we're talking about exploring other folks, like what does it mean to even, I mean, one of your favorite things, Melissa, is to go take yourself out on a date.
Yeah.
That is definitely, though that doesn't necessarily mean you'll meet people, but it's just even being out in the world in a way
Right.
that feels comfortable and practicing that.
Yep.
And sometimes that step before, if you haven't been doing many things, uh, taking the time, go see your therapist in person instead of online if you can,
Yeah.
or do steps to, go have a meal, but have it outside, doing things that bring you around people, even if it's not a situation where the intention is to meet somebody, but just to be out in the world more.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I hear clients talking about fear of doing that alone. Like, okay, I could do that if a friend will go with me, but what if no one wants to go? And I'm going to encourage people to take baby steps and challenge that fear. And a baby step might mean you go to a cafe, you sit outside, you put on AirPods, and you have a book in front of you. So you feel like you've got enough distractions and things to do that you don't appear, because usually what it is we're afraid of how other people are going to perceive us if we're just sitting alone, which is hilarious because I don't know. I mean, listeners, you can chime in about this and let us know, but do you just sit there and judge people sitting alone? Like that's never occurred to me to do when I,
No, no. And I wonder, because when you say that, like, wanting to have someone around, I get that. And it seems like if we're intentionally trying to meet people, then it's actually better not to be with a friend.
absolutely. Yeah. I can tell you that as somebody who regularly goes out alone and doesn't actually want to meet people. If you're alone, like you're available for saying hello to. Yeah. And again, like we got to get out of our own way with this assumption about what other people may be thinking about us. You know, what other people are thinking is probably none of your business. Just go about your life, do your thing. Like I said, bring props if you need a safety blanket, bring a book, a
And
journal.
journal. And I will say, I want to really be clear when we're saying this, that there are folks in situations where if the feeling of being alone or actually being alone may not feel safe for a variety of reasons, like I don't want to discount people who actually don't feel safe being alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and true. And I think that's a good point too, especially you've got to know where you are, your venue. There are a lot of things that can happen as well if we're not being conscious, and people can get targeted, and I've had clients experience that too. So yeah, know your surroundings. I think what I'm encouraging is that there are safe ways to be able to just be in public and be available to people. Yeah.
Well, like you said, what would it, I mean, I'm thinking of like a counseling session, but what if part of that practice is meeting up with someone, but maybe being there like 20 minutes early?
Hmm.
So being by yourself for just a little bit of time
Yeah.
before someone comes and meets you, there's ways to practice this. And again, really understanding that that's not going to work for everyone, but there are ways to build up to that. And I will speak, I think it's helpful sometimes, Melissa, because you'll be like, I'm always by myself. And I definitely am the person that used to be and still oftentimes does want another person around. But I also am a very talkative person. So if I have someone around, I will still talk to other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do recognize that something that happens to me depending on what I'm wearing, as a mostly femme presenting person, the thing about being alone sometimes it's then like random dudes come and talk to me, and they're not dudes that I want to talk to.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you get this, Melissa, but I still get the, like, if I'm there with like more gender, like different gender looking, definitely like masculine center looking folks hanging with me, I don't get that as much. So that's the negative piece when I'm trying to meet people. And that doesn't happen as much as it used to, because I think my style has definitely cleared up in the years, but it still happens sometimes and it's really fucking annoying. So
Yeah.
I own that.
Yeah. 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 And it can happen. And, I think I said it earlier, but like often the person who's like, oh, I don't want people to come up and talk to me. Then again, that's how I met the person who I'm dating who doesn't live here. So like, I'm glad that he came up and talked to me. So I think it goes back to the practice too of how do we say no? How do we set boundaries? I'm not going to pretend like I'm great at that at all. I mean, I've literally like just left the bar because I didn't know how to get out of the situation other than to not be there. So I hear that. It's not a perfect science, as to how we can date more people. But I do think there is something to being able to show up, especially to queer spaces, just as ourselves and show to people like, hey, I'm available, I'm receptive, I would like to meet people.
Sorry, cat.
If you have an animal, I've heard dog parks, for example, are a way to meet other people.
Oh, yeah.
Animals, one we haven't thought of or talked about.
For sure. For sure. Oh my gosh. I don't know if anyone listening also listens to Diking Out, but they had a whole like conversation about the dog park and how gay it is, and very good way. Yeah. So dog parks is a great place. Yes. So in summary, what are some of the things that we've listed so that people listening can be like, oh, okay, I
Yeah.
want to meet up with people. I want to meet new people. I want to be dating. I'm like, screw the dating apps. So we ended with dog parks, cafes, queer meetups. I mean, if you're totally not technology, I want to respect that. I will say, like, Facebook events, there are so many queer events going on every weekend.
Yeah, I'm no longer buying this, like, it has to be summertime for people in Portland to connect. I am seeing other options, especially now, especially this year. I feel like Portland's just come back to life.
Supporting queer places, like we like to support the Unicorn Shop that does like cupcakes, and going to places that are queer owned. Bookstores, we talk about bookstores. Gay Skate happens once a month. There is, what was that other place you were talking about? Oh, the Dyke Soccer. There's gay choir, lesbian choir. There's a queer choir. I think they're in Eugene though. There's like tons of different choirs.
The karaoke parties.
Yeah, there's a monthly queer karaoke.
Yeah. It's about knowing your interests or at least being curious to try some things out and see how you like them.
Yeah, so try it out. Have a buddy, either have a buddy that's single as well, a human that you like to go out with, or test out what it's like to go out by yourself if that works for you. And yeah, please, if people that are listening to this, if you try this out, please share your stories with us. We want to hear how it went. And
The good stories and the not so good ones too. Like we learned from like, okay, that didn't work. Let's try something different.
Yes. So we want to hear all those stories and see if this was helpful. So onward to queer joy.
Queer joy.
Yay.
Do you want to start, Haley? Do you want me to go?
Sure. I'll start. I am just on again and off again. Speaking of dating and saying, meeting people outside of the dating apps, I'm off and on the dating apps. I'm not paying attention to the dating apps right now, but I did meet someone and we have gone on some dates. And so the queer joy of this week was actually a random, like, I felt like I was in this situation with them where we've only met up a couple times, gone a couple dates. And I was like, oh, was overthinking it in the middle of Saturday afternoon, being like, should I text? Like, we didn't officially have plans for the weekend. Like, we had hung out earlier in the week. I was like, oh, should I text them? Should I not? Like, how much should I be? And I just sporadically, I was like, okay, I'm just going to see what they're up to. And it was really cute because they're like, oh yeah, come on over. And then you can come join us for karaoke. And how gay is that on like the fourth date, I meet one of their exes and hang out with their ex's friends.
There you go.
But it was so much fun. It was really fun. Just it was spontaneous. We hung out at their house and then we went to karaoke. It was so nice. And I haven't been to karaoke in a long time. So it's just fun to hear people singing and just hanging out with a bunch of queer people that I don't know. It was awesome. It's really fun.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
So you did it. That's the other thing is if you're non-monogamous and you're dating, you can meet your partner's friends and then meet other people like, right?
Yeah, we met all these people. And oh my gosh, the conversations. It still blows my mind sometimes because I talk to people who are monogamous and like talking to people that are non-monogamous and then just getting to talk about all the things. It's just so wonderful. I don't know how to explain it unless like someone else is non-monogamous because it just doesn't have the same like tension. Not to say there's not jealousy, but it's just been wonderful. I mean, that's like my additional queer joy is just being surrounded. I have never been surrounded by so many people that are non-monogamous and practicing non-monogamy, and the conversations that we have are just lovely. It's so cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's some good queer joy.
Yeah.
Once again, injuries aside, you are still finding ways to be social
Yeah.
in the world.
Rain and
Now
grass
I'm
and
gonna
park.
talk about my weekend alone. um, yeah, my queer joy does come from a moment last weekend on my own. Essentially, what happened was I was thinking about making all these plans because it was like the last weekend of nice, warm weather. I shouldn't say nice weather. I'm really, really pumped for fall weather to actually happen. So, and I was just too tired. I had done too much last week and I just did not want to be out. I wanted to have a day of just like meal prepping and watching my shows and listening to music. And so I set up to do that and the power was out for about 15 hours at my apartment.
No.
We had crazy wind. And so some
Uh-huh.
trees took down a line. And, I will name, was very privileged and well set up for this. I don't have like any need for power, at least for that short of, time that it was out. But talk about like really some introversion time. I'm like, what do I do? Okay, well, I have my piano I can't play because I got to plug that in. So I got my ukulele, I got a string instrument, I got journaling, I got books, I did a bunch of stuff at home. But the queer joy,
Yeah.
yeah, creativity for the win. But the queer joy moment, and I was laughing because I was actually texting someone about this at the time, but it's October and I'm a witch. So I got a lot of candles. I'm very well set up for the dark at this point. So I had this beautiful candlelit night and dinner with my cats. It was so romantic. Like my apartment was beautiful. I really
Tell me you took pictures.
I should have. Oh my God. I'm like, I really could enjoy this with a partner. Like, this is so cozy and it's so beautiful, but I'm going to sit here and make a fort for my cats. So that was my queer joy. And it was a really wonderful moment. Yeah. Even though I'm laughing at myself that was my most romantic moment in the last week.
Oh, it's cute. Well, thank you for a nice topic. I hope everyone listening got some new information or was interesting. If you want to get in contact with us, you know how to get a hold of us through Instagram, or we have our new Instagram page that's specifically for Queer Relationships, Queer Joy, or CTC Facebook page. And otherwise, we hope you all have a queer and joyful week.
Thanks for listening to Queer Relationships, Queer Joy, a podcast by the Connective Therapy Collective. Hosted by Keely C. Helmick and Melissa DeSegurant, with audio edited by Lei Supapo Bernito. I'm your producer, Cardinal Marking. Intro music is by Bad Snacks. If this episode made you smile or think, tell us about it. If you hated it, tell us about that. Review us on iTunes or Spotify. or send us an email at media@connectivetherapycollective.com. For more queer joy, visit our website at www.connectivetherapycollective.com. Love ya. Bye.